Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of weekly pickups of your host, Polished Gaming. Now this week I'm just basically going to go over, I really need to get rid of these bundles, so I'm just going to go one person, 1 week, one bundle. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. So I still have probably maybe about 4 from Winston, but this week, Winston Dunlop, I'm going to go for his GameCube bundle that I've got. I've actually got some other stuff arriving from him later, which I think I'll pick up at the retro event, but let's just try and get rid of his at least first, and then we'll get on to Sean's next, and then we'll get on to Sam. So if you're watching this, Sam and Sean, your stuff will be coming. It's just buying on top of stuff, so it's pretty hard. But without further ado, we'll get into it this week. So first one here is the Scorpion King. Now this one here, I paid $15 for, and on eBay this week it sits at $18.29. I did just recently have this one. I did buy this, I can't remember, I think I bought it off Highly Suspect. Unfortunately, my one was in Spanish, so I just put that one up on Trade Me for 20 bucks, and it sold the other day, so luckily enough. And why is it jumping around so much? Oh, it's just the manual. Yeah, and basically with that one, so I was happy to get that one off the list for 15 bucks. So I got it cheaper and sold it off for a little bit more, so win-win. I think I paid $14 for my one, so I was actually supposed to put it up at 15, but put it up at 20 and someone hit it, so bang, got a little bit of cash on the side for there as well. I just realised this actually has the electronic boutique sticker there. I'm actually going to keep that. Next one here is the Simpsons Road Rage. Now, paid $50 for this one here. And on eBay this week, it sits at $61.69. So, Simpsons titles are a little bit, there's only one really that's actually Hit and Run, which is pretty crazy on PS2. Road Rage isn't so much, but I don't know if Hit and Run is on the GameCube, but if it is, I'd say it'd be worth a little bit. And I don't actually know if I put up, yeah. Not entirely sure, but if I didn't put up the eBay, sometimes my brain just skips a beat, and I can't remember if I put up the $61.69 for the Road Rage, but I'll put that up and you'll see that there. Next one here is a Sims Busting Out. Now that one I paid $10 for, and on eBay this week it's at $22.87. Sadly with this one I will be looking at upgrade. Don't know if you can see it there, but as you can see by the top, if you can, little bit, what do you call it, I guess not dog-earing, just roughing up the top. It's basically what happens is when they sit like that, and they're just a little bit out, and of course that's just being exposed to the elements, and gets rubbed up, gets broken, all of this. I've had a few games like that, but it is what it is. I only paid $10 for this, so I probably will most likely try and sell it off for 15 and get another one later on down the track, but I won't sell it off until, of course, I've got the one for me. Now, next one here is Sonic Adventure DX. This one's a little bit more an obscure one. I didn't even know this game actually existed. I know of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on Dreamcast, but I didn't know about this game. So $80 I paid for this one, and on eBay this week it sits at $80, like exactly. There were a couple that sit around about 75, but I'm going on the $80 with this one, so that's pretty cool. Next one here is Spider-Man 2. Now that cost me $25, and on eBay this week it sits at $27.45. Now Winston, if you are watching, you're probably going to notice that Burnout wasn't in there, and Spider-Man 1 wasn't in there. Burnout I already actually had. I don't know why I didn't know I had it. I basically just upgraded mine and then going to sell the other one off. Also, Spider-Man 1 unfortunately didn't work, and 13 didn't work. But instead of messaging you and just saying it was like 25 and 30, I thought I'm going to go and try and give them a skim. Basically on me if it doesn't work. Some games I basically just work it out to be, it's a bit more of a workaround to go and send it back to the person. So, depends who it is really. I mean, with Winston, he's a man. I've always worked with that one, so I don't mind sending that off to Sam and getting them all spruced up and seeing if it works. So, yeah. So if you don't see them, and there's also another one, yeah, so it's 13, and Spider-Man 1 didn't work, but a little bit just scratched up, so I think a resurface will make them look mint. And Burnout and Star Wars The Jedi Outcast. Already had it. Don't know why. But cool part about it, my Scorpion King had a really bad case, so I replaced the case on that one and replaced it with that one. Plus my manual was pretty bad on that Jedi Outcast, so I upgraded that. Win-win. So that's only if you don't see those games in the lineup here. Next one here is SpongeBob SquarePants Lights, Camera, Pants. Now this one I paid $50 for, and on eBay this week it sits at $45.78. A little bit lower, but still a pretty obscure one to find. Sometimes they sit around about 35 to 40 areas, so it's surprising. Next one here, I definitely overpaid a little bit on this one. Star Fox Assault. Now, I paid $180 for this one. On eBay this week, it sits at $160.21. This is very clean. It is a very clean copy and an OzPower copy, so I'm kind of on that. I maybe paid a little bit more on it, but there are some games that I've got out of this bundle that I've definitely paid less on, so I work it out kind of like that in a sense, you know. Next one here is another Star Wars game, Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3 Rebel Strike. Now this one I paid $20 for, And on eBay this week it sits at $30.17. Next one here is Star Wars The Clone Wars. Now this one I paid $15 for, and on eBay this week very close at $15.86. To be honest, it's nearly rounding out my full Star Wars collection. I remember going for the Star Wars collection on Xbox Original. I think I'm missing Obi-Wan and that's it. Star Wars, basically going for everything Star Wars on them, so it's pretty cool to get them. Next one here is Super Monkey Ball. Now this one here I paid $25, and on eBay this week it sits at $29.76. I used to love playing this one on the Windows Phone. I know people are going to go, oh, but it came out on this, and it came out on that. I know it came out on other systems way before the Windows Phone, but the Windows Phone game I actually really enjoyed. It had the gyro, like the Wii, it has a gyroscope kind of stuff. Fun, enjoyable game, but yeah, really tedious after a while of trying to get the levels done, so yeah, I gave up on that. Next one here is Super Smash Bros. Now, Melee. Now, this one here I paid $60 for, and on eBay this week it sits at $60.09. Weird part about this one is I really thought I had this one. I pretty much nearly have every Super Smash Bros. That I can think of, except for an N64. But yeah, I was very surprised when I didn't have this one, so I'm glad I got it. Next one here is Tales of Symphonia. Now this one here I paid $45 for, and on eBay this week it sits at $50.34. Not too bad. Next one here is a Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004. This one I paid $15 for, and on eBay this week it sits at $15.91. Next one here is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. This one I paid $20 for, and on eBay this week it sits at $21.72. Once again, there's a lot of Tom Clancy games on the... I've got Rainbow Six 3. There's a lot of Tom Clancy games on every single system you can think of. That guy must have reamed in the cash. Next one here is Viewtiful Joe. Now, this one I paid $50 for, and on eBay this week I'm looking at kind of more higher price ones, so it's $54.71. It normally sits around about $30. Weird part about this one is I think this is the Oz New Zealand, which comes with yellow. I think the UK one comes with a pink cover, so interesting. I did not know that. Next one here, and last from the Winston's GameCube bundle. Not from the, I think I've got 3 more from the bundle. This is Virtual Striker 3 version 2002. This one I paid $35 for, and on eBay this week it sits at $36.60. Weird part about this one there's a few on there that are like $70 and $60, so I don't know if this is a bit of a rare, obscure one, but surprised that it actually got that much for it. So that's me for this week, and this week on my GameCube, it has jumped up quite a bit. So 84 titles this week that I've got on top of my ones from last week, so the 84 all up, and my total all up for games is 5,464. We are getting very close to that 5,500, so once that's there, super happy, gonna go on towards that 6,000. So that is me for this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to ring that notification bell, get notified on all my videos that come out, so you can get notified and you'll be all up with the play. But until I see you next time, see you when I'm looking at you. Have a good day.